For today's edition of The Law and You, we're having a question that involves a possible situation with a hospital. Joining us, as always, are award-winning attorneys Greg Felleman and Ed Saramboli. Guys, good to see you today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, tough situation here for this woman who was in the hospital. This question is from Donnie in West Scranton. My wife had to go to the hospital for gallbladder surgery. While in the hospital, she developed MRSA infection and has now been in the hospital for 1 month. Can we sue the hospital? Is there a hospital responsible for this additional infection?
Well, Donnie, we look at a lot of these kinds of cases. They're becoming more and more prevalent. People are going, and they're called hospital-acquired infections. They're very difficult cases, very difficult to prove because you can get an infection in a hospital even in the absence of somebody being negligent. However, there are some things that the hospital, checklists that the hospital needs to go through, and if they go through them, it can reduce dramatically the rate of an infection. So in your wife's case, if this hospital has one of these checklists and we can prove that they did not follow through with what they were supposed to do, and that's why the infection occurred, then you could potentially have a case.
Yeah, and the thing with these cases is, again, like Ed said, it's a risk of the procedure. They just seem, hospitals are the place where the MRSA is the most prevalent. So, they're very difficult to prove, and the problem is they're deadly. I mean, this MRSA is bad stuff. So, there's never a good result usually, but if you do acquire it, it's best to call an attorney who specializes it and knows what needs to be done in these cases.
All right, for viewers that may find themselves in this situation and need advice, how can they reach you guys?
They can call us at 570-714-4878 or see us on the web at 714hurt.com.
Or you could go to our Facebook page, and if you like us on our Facebook page, you could post a question for the next upcoming Law and You segment. We'll do our best to answer it.
All right, results matter with attorneys Greg Felleman and Ed Saramboli. Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here for today's edition of The Law and You.
Thank you for having us.
Get your question here on the show by visiting PAHomepage.com or give us a call on the hotline.